Hey everyone, Dale here with Renewable Innovations. Today, we're talking about one of the smartest upgrades you can make to your solar system, adding a battery. Whether you already have solar and you want to expand or you're just starting to explore storage, I'm going to break down the benefits, show you how to use your battery effectively, and even give you some general pricing on 3 of the most popular systems we offer through Axia by Qcell. The Tesla Powerwall 3, the Qcells Q.Home Core, and the Franklin aPower 2. Now keep in mind the figures are general and subject to change based on your home's layout, electrical panel, and equipment location, but they'll give you a solid ballpark to start with. The best thing you can do is reach out to us here at Renewable Innovations by using that link down in the description below to schedule your consultation. And if you move forward with a solution from one of our partners, we'll refund you the consultation fee. So let's start with the big question. Why add a battery? The first reason is time of use savings. Utilities charge more during peak hours, usually in the late afternoon and evening. And a battery gives you control over that. Instead of paying double for grid power when you need it most, your battery kicks in and supplies energy you stored earlier in the day. If you saw our recent video on time of use optimization, you know this alone can save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars each year. The second reason is backup power. Outages are becoming more common everywhere, not just in California, but also in Texas, Florida, and Arizona. Having a battery means your home isn't left in the dark. You've got stored energy ready to take over when the grid goes down. And the peace of mind that it brings is hard to put a price on. Now here's a third advantage that's really starting to grow in popularity. Virtual power plants, or VPPs. This is where things get exciting. A VPP program actually lets you earn money for discharging some of your stored power back to the grid when it's under stress. Think of it like being part of a community backup generator. When the grid needs help, your battery provides it and you get paid in credits. Tesla and Qcell are already running VPP programs in many areas, and Franklin is working towards it as well. The credits can be significant, and in some cases, they can offset a big part of your bill or even help pay down the cost of the battery itself over time. If you already have one of these systems or another brand, don't worry, chances are VPP access will come your way as these programs continue to expand. All right, let's talk about getting the most out of your battery once it's installed. The very first thing you want to do is familiarize yourself with the app. Each system has one, and they all give you 2 main operating modes: self-consumption and time of use. Here in California, I usually recommend self-consumption because solar production peaks during the day when rates are at their cheapest. Your battery charges while your home runs on solar. Then, as the sun sets and prices climb, the battery takes over. It's simple, and you really don't have to do anything. That said, remember that batteries don't have endless capacity. You'll want to be mindful about what you're running after dark. My advice: don't charge your electric vehicle directly from the battery. Save that capacity for your home's essentials: lights, refrigerators, appliances, and set your EV to charge after midnight when off-peak rates kick in. A good goal is to stretch your battery from 4 p.m. to midnight, then let the car top off between midnight and 6 a.m. You'll also want to set your reserve level. This is the percentage of your battery that stays untouched except in the case of an outage. For most systems, 10% is the lowest reserve you can set. And that's fine if outages are rare in your area. But if you get an alert from your utility about a storm or possible outage, you can bump that reserve up to 50% or even 100%. And if you went with a DC coupled system, your solar will continue charging the battery during the day while powering your home. That means you could ride out multiple days without grid power as long as you avoid draining the battery with big loads like the HVAC system or the EV charging. Now, let's break down storage capacity so you know what each system actually delivers. The Tesla Powerwall 3 gives you 13.5 kilowatt hours. That's 13,500 watts of energy. If you're using about 1,000 watts an hour, that's roughly 13.5 hours of runtime with no solar helping out. The Qcells Q.Home Core is a bit larger, offering up to 20 kilowatt hours of capacity with 18 kilowatt hours usable energy. Under that same scenario, you're looking at about 18 hours of runtime. The Franklin Whole Home aPower 2 sits right in the middle with 15 kilowatt hours, giving you 15 hours of usage without factoring in solar production. And of course, these numbers stretch much further if the sun is shining and your solar panels are keeping things topped up during the day. One quick important tip: keep your notifications turned on. I can't tell you how many homeowners disable their alerts because they get annoyed by the pings, but those notifications are critical. If your internet drops, if your battery doesn't charge, or if there's a hiccup in the system, you want to know right away. Otherwise, the next time the power goes out, you'll be sitting there wondering why your system didn't kick in, and 9 times out of 10, it's because the battery wasn't charged and nobody noticed. Lastly, if your utility has peak rates in the morning instead of in the evening, you can use time of use mode instead of self-consumption to line your battery discharge up with that schedule. Otherwise, for most homeowners, self-consumption is the easiest and most effective option. Now, let's talk numbers. Again, these are general estimates, but here's what you can expect for an installed pricing if you get a quote through us. Tesla Powerwall 3 is around $15,900 with a 13.5 kilowatt hour battery installed before the 30% federal investment tax credit. Now, most homeowners want an expansion battery, and that increases the storage to 27 kilowatt hours with a fully installed price of $23,000 before the tax credit. Qcells Q.Home Core is generally $15,900 for 9 kilowatt hours, $17,600 for 13.5 kilowatt hours, and $19,000 for 18 kilowatt hours. As you can see, prices vary depending on the battery stack size, and this is before the 30% federal investment tax credit is taken into account. The Franklin Whole Home aPower 2 is around $19,000 for 15 kilowatt hours. Again, this is before that 30% federal investment tax credit. And if you really want to maximize your setup, I've included some links down in the description below that pair beautifully with batteries and solar. The Sense Energy Monitor, Ecobee Smart Thermostat, QuietCool Whole House Fan, Flair Smart Vents, and even a level 2 EV charger with scheduling. Each of these helps you squeeze even more efficiency out of your energy use. So whether you're looking to cut your peak power costs, keep your home running during outages, or even join a virtual power plant to earn credits, batteries are one of the smartest long-term investments you can make. They don't just save you money, they give you independence and control over your home's energy future. And if you'd like help figuring out the best solution for your home, well, head over to RE Innovations to schedule a consultation with us. We're here not just to educate, but to help you make smart, meaningful investments in clean, renewable energy. And of course, hey, while you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. We really appreciate your support of the channel, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.